whether it's oceanfront, whether it's on the waterway, there are people that are moving into these what were second homes, vacation homes, or rental properties. People are moving into them.
Well, that is an item that's been in the news recently in Myrtle Beach. In the city of Myrtle Beach, the city passed a referendum, saying that for at least for now, they didn't want any more people converting short-term rentals to long-term rentals. For that very same thing you're saying, people that were renting VRBO and maybe not doing as well as they thought, or renting through a local rental company or whatever, and they just thought, well, for the headaches of it, instead of worrying about a renter being in there a day or a few days a week, whatever, let's just put somebody in it and rent it. Or, as you said, move into it themselves. Well, the city thought they were going to lose too much revenue from accommodations tax, so they put a temporary stay on that. Now, there's been a lawsuit brought about that, but it just goes to reinforce what you're saying, that people are moving here and they're looking for more options, places to live, so they're converting some of those short-term rentals to long-term rentals or residences.
Yeah, it may be conspiracy theory that I have, but this is something I've juggled ever since I moved here. It's about 12, 13 years now. I think Myrtle Beach is in a unique scenario. I saw it in the news this summer, one of the lowest years we've had in revenue for all these businesses around here in regards to hospitality and restaurants and things like that. And the reason is people are living here. It's not that people aren't coming, but now they're coming to live. So what I think is unique is we're in this really interesting window as a city, as a county, as a whole to make a decision. How do we manage people wanting to live here now when this was a vacation town? How do we make those two coexist? And I think we're going to, because I see it happening.
Yeah, you're still going to see. It was a down year for the tourism portion, partially because people were experiencing higher prices and inflation.
And the economy.
The inflation that we saw, that a lot of people said, I can't drive to Myrtle Beach. Maybe I'm going to drive to the nearby lake, or I can't go to here, so I live close to the mountains. I'm going to go to the mountains, or something else, and it kind of took a little shift away, a little bit downturn on the tourism end. The other part, like I say, long term, yes. Are we going to double in population in Horry County? Yes. Over the next 25 years, we will double.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, believed to be the case by every group, every organization that does forecasting for business or whatever in Myrtle Beach. So yes, we're going to grow residentially. The builders that just in the past couple of months, I've been approached by 2 new builder groups who are coming here. We already have a bunch of builders, right? We have a bunch of national builders and our local builders. And, here's a couple of new regional groups coming in. They want to be part of the growth in Myrtle Beach because they see, well, we're going to go from 450,000 population to 800,000 population is what's projected for the next 20 years. So that's a lot of growth, and you got to build a lot of houses to that. So again, that also gives some opportunity, because until you kind of absorb that and everybody figures out where they want to go, the new guys come in and they just start throwing stuff out there, and maybe we're not quite ready to absorb it all. So that's been part of our story the last year or so, where inventory has increased, and again, it's been working its way up a little. So there's been an opportunity in the last quarter of last year and in the first quarter of this year to get some deals, even on new homes. Because they're trying to absorb and kind of figure out where they are, or they want to get a good start. They want to get some sales on the books. So again, it's all a new opportunity, I think. It's toward the end of that window of opportunity for the buyers.
Yeah, I think so too.